Yep.
Okay, so Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So what do you need actually from this picture is what actually I don't know what's the purpose of the picture and for what it's gonna be used for. So maybe just I guess. So this is the hadith, for example, about everything is with the intention, based on the intention, if it's good or bad and everything. So what do you want to understand? To know actually, to know who narrated from the Prophet, peace be upon him, until Muslim or until Nasa'i or until Tirmidhi. If this is the information matters to you is who narrated on who narrated on who, then let me just, because there are too many lines here, let's take one simple line, okay? So let me draw it here. Let's say this is the Prophet, peace be upon him, said we have to pray. Okay, let's take this example. So he told that we have to pray to whom? Let's say to Umar radiallahu anhu. And Umar, he said it to who? He said to Al-Arqam, for example, okay? Al-Arqam. Then Al-Arqam, he told it to the son of Al-Arqam, to his son, okay? His son, that will be, for example, here. And his son, he told it to his grandson. Okay, and the grandson told it also to the grandson. And this one was in the time of Muslim, and Muslim picked up this hadith from this guy. Okay? So let's say this is one direction rather than having too many for the same hadith. We take just one of them, like going up. Just an example. It's not important. So now the question is, these people, what do you want to do actually? Do you want to memorize these people? If the answer is yes, that's what you want to know until the hadith was found in the book of Muslim, then this information first, you are never going to learn it. You are never going to learn it at all, because hadith has 20 or 30 people who narrates it. It's just not possible to follow all of them, and each one of these hadith goes to Nasa'i, At-Tirmidhi, and to other books too, and books beyond this. So actually memorizing it, it doesn't make any difference to you, because the hadith still is in the book of Muslim, and we know when hadith is in book Muslim, it's a correct hadith. So actually knowing this line, it's not important, because already when you open the book here of Muslim, you are going to find this. You are going to find exactly that chain of narration that you had in front of you that you sent. You are going to find the same names, this on this one, until it arrives to Muslim. So there is no profit from it, or no profit from memorizing or knowing these names at all, because when you open the book you find them.
Was ich noch sagen muss, dass diese Kette hier, die findest du wahrscheinlich in den deutschen Büchern von den Hadithen nicht. Also in den arabischen...
You find the last one. The first one who picked directly from
die schreiben nicht immer die ganze Kette auf. Also die haben immer, du wirst lesen,
on the authority of...
Genau, überliefert von. Und dann findest du einen Namen. Die schreiben nicht immer die ganze Liste. In den arabischen Büchern haben die immer die ganzen Wörter, also die ganzen Namen von Anfang bis zum Ende aufgeschrieben.
Because at the end of the day, if a hadith is in Sahih Muslim, Sahih al-Bukhari, Ahmad, al-Tirmidhi, and so on, they are correct hadith. So the fact that you open a book, you are going to find the who said what, and to whom, and in which time they were. And at the end of the day, it doesn't change anything. This part, you can just remove it. This is why you have in the translation, the Prophet said on the, and then you find it in the book directly. So knowing this line or memorizing it does not make any difference. The problem that you have, I think, here is people, they mix between the people who collected the hadith and the scholars who make fiqh, who extract the rulings, who take, for example, the verse fast from the sunset until it's dark. So the people who say, okay, until it's dark, this is the Quran and it is in a hadith. So what dark means? Does it mean the sunset, the beginning of the sunset, or when it gets dark, or when there is still a little bit of light? Those are scholars of fiqh. And those people, they take the hadith that are in these correct books, and then they try to understand from them what's the meaning. But they are not connected to each other. For example, you are not going to find a book of fiqh of Muslim. You are not going to find that. A Muslim did not have a school of fiqh, a school of understanding by himself. So that's not the problem. It's not here. It's not knowing the chain of narration. Because people, the Arabs, they did that thousands of years ago. And it's in every single book. There is a book in Arabic called Siyar A'lam al-Nubala, where you find every single person who narrated a hadith, his name, his family, from where he comes from, where did he live, and everything. And there's another Islamic science called Al-Jarh wa Ta'dil, where they take every single person who narrated something about the Prophet, and they say, was he a good person? Was he a bad person? Did he ever lie? Did he ever do this? Did he ever do that? And they really study the biography of every single person. So go in there to this and try and actually to memorize this or to learn it. It's, in my opinion, I think it's really just waste of time. And what you are going to do, what's going to happen if you try, you're going to try it for each hadith. After 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 1 month, you will find yourself memorized like four hadith in the best possible chances. And then if one name changes, you will always get confused who said who. This one to the up one, or the one up told the one down. And at the end, it doesn't make a difference. The hadith is here and it's in the book here.
Die haben also schon gecheckt. Die haben.
And we have it
die das
on
schon
record.
geprüft.
And all this, you can't mix it. We have it on record because in every book, when you open it, actually in the Arabic version, even if you have Arabic English, Arabic German, you'll find in the Arabic side, yes, they have all the names.
Ja.
So you have it. That doesn't make any difference.
But she doesn't know. Das wusste ich auch nicht, dass wenn du irgendwo in einem Buch liest, meistens auch auf Englisch oder Arabisch, die übersetzen den Hadith, aber und also auf der einen Seite steht der englische Hadith und auf der rechten Seite steht der arabische Hadith, und auf Englisch schreiben sie dann halt nur den Hadith und auf Arabisch steht unten drunter noch die Überlieferungskette, also ja, diese Kette hier. What maybe should say is what was the purpose of what was the role of Muslim? What did he do? He just collected.
The job of these people is.
What about, for example, here?
Wait. Okay. These people, all of them, the books, they call them the 6 books plus you have Bukhari and Muslim. They are 8, and there is another one, Adab al-Mufrad, and then you are at 9 books. These are like the most famous. But there are other books which are much more famous, much more big, but these are because they were the first ones. Bukhari and Muslim. Bukhari and Muslim, they are authentic 100%. There is not even one chance of having one wrong thing in it. So you open the book and you take the hadith. The problem is not there. The problem is how people interpret the hadith, how people they understand it, and that's where comes the schools. That's where comes the schools and what comes. Okay, let's say, for example, okay, the fact that it says hijab, the verse of the hijab. There is the verse in the Quran and there is the hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him. And scholars, some of them, they say, like when I say scholars, let's say people that you might know, Ibn Taymiyyah, Ahmad ibn Hanbal, Imam Malik, okay, Imam Shafi'i, all these people, they read that verse and they read that hadith, and some of them they said, yes, it has to cover the head. Okay, all of them they agreed on that. What they didn't agree after is it had to cover the head, but it had to come from the back, or does it have to come from the side, or does it cover the head and come from the front? When it comes from the front, then it becomes khimar, niqab. It covers completely the face. It doesn't cover just the hair. It covers also the face. And that's one side of the scholars who say, yes, khimar and niqab is an obligation. And the others who says, no, the hadith says it has to cover the face and the hair, so it can be come back from the back, it can come from the side, and when it comes from the back or from the side, the face, you can still see it. And that's where they say, yeah, the hadith says, unless except the face and the hand. So actually these people, they collected the hadith. Tirmidhi, Imam Malik, Bukhari, and so on, they collected the hadith. The others, they interpret, they try to understand the hadith and what it means.
Ja, kann das bitte? Also das hier, was du hier gefunden hast, ist ein Hadith. Das ist eine Überlieferungskette von einem einzigen Hadith. Du siehst ja, dass der Muslim zum Beispiel, es gab nicht nur einen Weg von der, also eine Überlieferungskette, sondern er hat mehrere. Es gab mehrere Quellen. Wenn du jetzt davon ausgehst, dass es Millionen von Hadithen gibt und ja, wie viele, mehr als 100.000, die Sahih sind, wenn du das jetzt alles auswendig lernen willst, wenn du die Namen dazwischen hier kennen willst, die ändern sich ja auch zwischendurch. Das waren ja nicht immer die gleichen Leute.
Because, okay, sorry, but just for a simple reason. Imagine that, for example, the Prophet, peace be upon him, gave a speech during Friday prayer. And he gave the speech. And the speech, they were 100% in the masjid. 100% they heard it. So the 100% they are going to narrate that hadith. It's one hadith with 100 chain of narration. How can you possibly memorize that? That's the difference between us today and, for example, Malik and Muslim and Bukhari. Bukhari was able to memorize all the people in his time, and he wrote the names of everybody. But you are going to learn one hadith in one line. At the end of the day, it doesn't make any difference. What's important is what you understand from the hadith, and that's where comes the scholars. And if you get something like this, believe me, the point is you take it, you spend the time on it, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then you find, okay, it's not working, I don't get it. It's just not working. So what do? You have, again, whenever you have a problem, you have to go back to a scholar or sheikh or imam, whatever, and tell them, okay, I have this, can I, do this or can I do that? Is it halal or is it haram? It's the same thing. Then you just waste your time about this, while all this part that I'm hiding here with my hand, it's not important to you, or to me actually, because the hadith says this, and you can find it in Nasa'i, Muslim, Ibn Majah, and so on. The people inside, we have them on record. It's like they are registered in the Rat House, and you can go and find them whenever you want. It's not like they are lost. You can find them. But memorizing it will not be really useful. In my opinion, anyway, it will not be really useful.
Ja, inshallah ist das jetzt rübergekommen. Ich vermute, dass da eigentlich auch noch eine andere Frage hast, die ich zum Beispiel auch selber hätte. Was die einzelnen Aufgaben, manchmal bringe ich das auch durcheinander. Wer hat jetzt nur Hadithe gesammelt und wer war zum Beispiel jemand, der auch Hadithe gesammelt hat, hat aber auch gleichzeitig Fatwas darüber gegeben. Also dann quasi am Ende die Rechtsschulen, ja, die dann diese Hadithe halt interpretiert haben, die dann dadurch die Fatwas gemacht haben, weißt du? Wer waren die Leute? Also das interessiert mich auch noch, da muss ich mit meinem Mann noch mal drüber reden, aber jetzt was anderes zu tun. Und ja, aber wenn das auch noch eine Frage ist, die dich interessiert, dann sag das mal, weil dann werden wir unser Gespräch einfach inshallah auch noch auf Video machen, weil wir reden dann halt auch so hier und dann kannst du da auch Teil von sein und inshallah kriegst du dann die gleichen Infos, wie ich sie so auch habe. Ja, inshallah war es das dann erstmal. Okay, assalamu alaikum.